Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, it's WIP Wednesday. So every week we get together and we have a look at all the hobby goodness that's going on in the world. So if you've been working on something particularly cool, if you just got back into painting, if this is the first time you're getting started with anything at all, share it with us. We'd like to have a look. It's a pretty cool way to show off what you've been working on. And one of my favourite things about this is, one, the excitement that I get from seeing all the cool work you've been doing, but two, is the amount of people who say that this inspires me to carry on, this inspires me to keep going with my hobby. That's what we want. Right, we've got a load of stuff to go through today, which is fantastic. If you want to share with the show, the Bonehead podcast at gmail.com. WIP Wednesday in the title helps me not miss things because it's very busy. So let's have a look at the hobby goodness. I've been looking forward to this. First up, we've got Cara Nash. Hey Ben, still troll fever here. The idiot box are complete. Not featured are the pogo stick and chainsaw player. Okay, so we've got a very cool team. Man, some vibrant colours. Look at the shading on the trolls there. That green to blue is just phenomenal. That is very organic when it comes to the colour schemes there. And look at the blending of the yellow up here on this. Hands gone. Goodbye. On the reroll marker. It's just fantastic. The yellow shoulder pad trolls are painted with airbrush contrast paint over pale yellow base coat. Wow, that's fancy. Let's see if we can get a different picture of the trolls. Here we go. Let's zoom in, enhance, as we say. Okay, so the yellow shoulder pad trolls, airbrushed contrast over pale yellow base coat, which is followed up with a layer of oil paints, red oil paint on the hands, nose, etc., Payne's grey into the shadows, green over everything else, and the excess was removed with makeup sponges. No highlights after the oil stage. I wanted to keep it quick on the trolls. Well, you know what? It looks fantastic. The red, the mouth, honestly, just some really organic red pinky colours there mixed. It's just fantastic. Tamiya yellow clear over pale yellow is actually a really quick yellow armour. That is a good tip there, because yellow is one of the most challenging paints, challenging colours to paint. Yellow, white and orange, I think, are probably the three I struggle with. I was taking shots for another project and took the opportunity to take a quick snap of one of the team. Hello, we've got dwarves. Is that the right one? No, that's the mixed one. I've just skipped ahead. Orange shoulder pad troll was included, as I don't think he's been shown yet. Regards, Cara. Cara, fantastic work. Man, that troll level is achieved. We're starting off strong here today. Next up, we've got Havoc, who is the dwarf player here. They are cool bases. They are cool bases. Hey there, been a long time fan of your channel and do like painting along to it. Good listening, and I kind of hope it educates me without noticing. Whether it's educating you right or not, I don't know, but we try. We try. Thought you might like to see my start on the latest Grebo Kickstarter dwarfs. I love this team. The models are really, really, really good. I've got two dwarf teams I really need to paint up. I need to finish the Fanath team, and I need to finish the Grebo team. They're just awesome, man. They're just so good. And we're seeing dwarves starting to post some results now as well, which is nice to see that they're kind of a little bit back. They're keeping some of the outrageous stars and the outrageous builds in order. Who knew? Hey, who knew? Who knew that in... yeah, anyway, let's not gush about dwarves. We don't want to be that guy. This is lovely, however, so let's skip ahead to the next photo, because those blitzers are awesome. Great work on the yellow beard. Enhance. Look at this. Look at the colours there. That is really, really beautifully done. The armour's cool, striking. I love the silver edges on the gold. I don't know if you've done that on purpose, whether that's by accident, but it looks absolutely tip-top. My team are the Ironforge Fishing Club, and so far I've done the Blitzers, Slayers, and Runners. Next up, the Linemen, and then pretty much everything else in the massive box. It is a massive box. It's a really good box. So, awesome Slayers. I do like they've got female Slayer in there as well. That is very cool. The Slayers are really good. I got a lot of character. The one who's supposed to be Grim Ironjaw is very, very, very cool. Ooh, we've got Black Orcs as well. Also did a Black Orc and Snotling for fun. Okay, Black Orc looks good. Nice dirty armour. I think that's very appropriate for Black Orcs. And nice Goblin there as well. And then, this was particularly cool. So, a load of Dominion Cruel Boys, extra pick attached for points. Which is pretty sweet. So this is from the new Age of Sigmar box, and they've really changed up the design style of their models. Now Blood Bowl seems to be going quite comic-y. We've seen the next star player, which is the Spawn guy, Scylla Anfingram, and but the AOS stuff seems to be going more true scale. Really interesting move. Anyway, Havoc, this is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. He says, P.S. Just to mention, the bases are a custom print job from the awesome Mr. Lee's Minis. Might have to check that out because those bases do look very good. Next we have our friend Trolls. Hi guys, here's the first WIP of my lizardmen with inspiration from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alright, we've got to have a Tebow in there somewhere. Lizardmen are one of the best teams in the game. Jaguars, not so much. True. That's sad, but true. But success and playstyle come and go. Colours carry meaning and tell stories. Trolls, you're on this. When borrowing a colour scheme from the real world, I usually look for common themes and narratives. Like the dolphins, turquoise, orange and white symbolise the sea, sunset and beaches in Miami. Fit a Blood Bowl team like elves, who've got plenty of coastlines in Eltharion, and aren't too macho to appreciate pastel colours, that's fair. Jacksonville's uniforms are teal, black, and sometimes gold-ish, a somewhat dirtier interpretation of the Floridian view. Not that of glittering beaches, but rather murky swamps. That seems fair. Lizardmen live in the deep south in humid jungles and marshland, right? Very much so. Jungle, marsh, swamp, yeah. They love their little breeding pools as well. And borrow design inspiration from the Aztecs, who were into jaguars and teal. Tick. At least that was the reasoning. No, I'm on board with that. The beasts themselves borrow from actual jaguars with golden skin and black scales instead of spots. The clothes are teal with black details, while the armour is oxidized gold in an attempt to marry two of the team colours in a slightly different way. Working name, Dragonfield Jaguars. Nice. What do you think? Best wishes, and thanks for all the great content. Thank you very much, Trolls. That's fantastic. So, it's brilliant, right? It's brilliant. I do love NFL-inspired Blood Bowl teams. And basically, what we've got here is, and all the reasoning that Trolls has shared, is that actually you build a team, you build a franchise, you build a story, and you build an identity, and that's one of the most amazing things about Blood Bowl. Like, you can just pick up a set and play a game, no problem at all. You can play it competitively, no problem at all. When you build a team from colours and story, and when you play the games and you advance your team, they take on identity, and it's fantastic. And just doing something like this, where you link it in, and there's a lot of good reasoning, it's just another level to the hobby. It's just a meta hobby, which I'm super on board with. I love the scheme. I like the olive skin. It goes well. And the oxidized gold armor is absolutely superb. I love the Jaguars. I really hope they do better this year. They're kind of like the honorary English team at the moment, which means they lose a lot. But they've got Tebow now, and obviously Lawrence. So it should be a good year. Anyway, Trolls, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing. Next up, we've got Jack. Hi, Ben. Just got into Blood Bowl this year. Your videos have really helped me understand the game. Fantastic. Hopefully, we've helped a bit. I built a Norse team using Blood Reavers, 40k Space Wolves, and some Chaos Chosen. Love it. Absolutely love it. And that's the cool thing about Norse at the moment. And in fact, all of the teams are legend. Is if you want to get a team, you have to build one or grab one third party. There's a bit of work to it. This is my first conversion, and I'm really happy with how they've turned out. No big guy yet, but I'll have one soon. Haven't started painting them just yet, but WIP Wednesday is really helping me keep my motivation up. That's what I'm talking about. Right, thanks for the great videos. You've quickly become my most viewed videos. Thanks, Jack. Thank you, Jack. That's fantastic. And talking of fantastic, we got some wicked conversions. So, I love this. The helmet choice works brilliantly. And the old Blood Reaver dudes, are they Blood Reavers? Yeah, Blood Reavers, 40k Space Elves. Okay, works really, really, really well. We've seen a couple of these teams, and they are good. They're not too tricky, but I like the way you've clipped off the weapons. I love the way you've kept the weapon guard there. That's just so Blood Bowl. That's just so Blood Bowl. I really approve. Good helmet usage. Oh, and you've kept the horns off for the runners, which is very good. So you can kind of identify them, which is pretty sweet. These have got to be the Berserkers. They've got that Berserk mode. And these are your Ulfwereners, and you've got the Space Wolf heads. Man, they wish they were Wolverine, don't they? No, I love Ulfwereners. Ulfwereners are just sneaky, awesome players. Yeah, really, really, really cool there, Jack. Thank you very much for sharing. I want to know your team name. Want to know your colours. Want to know your inspiration now. Come on. Trolls has set a bit of a bar. Next up, we've got Jack. That's a cool paint scheme. That's another very NFL pick. Oh, it is. Oh, that's brilliant. Cheers from the armpit of North America, Tampa, Florida. I got my Bills-themed human team complete with Buffalo Ogre, if you will. Nice. Extra points for that one. Done for my friendly local gaming store league, in which I'm poised for a playoff spot. Ah, the Bills, they do like the playoffs these days, and added a couple of halflings, which are joy to paint. I've also finally started working on an orc team, Bucks-inspired. I started 2 years ago. They've sat in the box, airbrushed red. I'm not nearly at the painting level I'd like to, but I think they look a lot better than grey plastic. They look great. Okay, you've got the team colours, you've got that bold thing, and the work you've done on the stripes is always useful. Like, you're looking at these from, I don't know, 18 inches away, 2 feet away. These guys are going to pop. They've got a load of colour, and you can immediately identify that because you've got the stripe works on there as well, that it is a very... Oh, nice. That is very cool. Uwe Le Model. Where's this from? That's pretty sweet. The Buffalo Ogre. That's wicked. No, team looks great. Love the damage on the shoulder pads. It's so Bills. It is absolutely Bills. I've twigged it. Look at that. That is great. That is really good. I like that. Have we got a team name? We need a team name now, Jack. Come on. And then we've got the Bucks Orcs. So I'm a big fan of Bucks Orcs. I went with the more goldy version, but you cannot beat red Orcs. The black Orc looks really good. Looks like you've done some good work there with some... I want to say Agrax. I hope it's Agrax. Use Agrax. Agrax is the best. Don't use Agrax on white. That's a terrible idea. But that is wicked stuff. Jack, thank you so much for sharing. Keep it up. I want to see more. Next, we've got John. Hey, Ben. I finished up some treasure chests to be used as bribe tokens. That's clever. They were a little bit larger than I was expecting, but I still think they work. Absolutely. When you say they're a little larger than expected, I mean, they look very, very, very cool. I like that they've got mushrooms on. Where are these from? Well, they look like they're about a square in size. That's probably about right, isn't it? They work brilliantly. And, you know what? You need treasure chests for Dungeon Bowl. So you are now sorted. They're very cool models. Where are they from? Do we know? I don't know, but I love the accessories. I love a bit of bling. I love Charlie Victor's stuff for bling, but actually homebrewed bling like this. I mean, we got, you know, I bought a bunch of mushrooms to be my turn markers and stuff for the Snotlings. It's just a really cool way of adding extra stuff. That is properly a pirate chest. Look at that. We've got the wheels and everything. Fantastic. Nice work on the gold, actually. Very, very, very solid gold. This is a cool bunch of treasure chests. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued now. John, that's brilliant stuff. Okay. We have got Aquilino Diaz. I'm really sorry for saying your name wrong. You guys should know by now that I mean well, but I do bad when it comes with names. Hey, I just wanted to share a model I printed out and converted to be the apothecary for my Conquistador themed nobility team I shared with you a few weeks back. You guys will remember the Conquistadors. This head is probably a giveaway. This was a plague doctor I scaled up slightly and then cut his head off and replaced it with a Puppets War Conquistador head to match the rest of the team. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And we've got a painted shot as well. This is a proper whip, isn't it? Like, here's the start, here's the finish. Great work on the leather. Like, really great work. It does look like worn leather, and that glove painted beautifully white as well. Really, really, really good. Now, we've seen this team, and that will go beautifully with that team. So, I'm a huge fan of that. That's really cool. I love seeing, like, the extra stuff. So, you've got your apothecary now. Aquilino, that is absolutely superb. Next up, we've got Davin. I'm working on turn markers. See? That's what I'm talking about. And star players that are multi-purpose. This is some gribbly stuff. I like this. Here's 2 minis I've found to represent Monster Mouth Mutation or Fan Factor or Acorn the Squirrel. I'm also using this scroll half height to test paint an undead team. Right. Think we've skipped. Oh, so these are the turn markers and things. Nice. Here we go. Okay, we've got cool Acorn. And then we've just got some gribbly stuff here from Davin. 2 minis I found to represent Monster Mouth Mutation or Fan Factor. Alright, so you've got kind of like a cheerleader element. The Monster Mouth is definitely there. And I do like those gribbly things as turn markers for a very gribbly team. This is like Cthulhu Bowl. There's an expansion. I'd be interested in that. This is wicked. Right, how is this? How is this? This is Grebo, isn't it? How have I not got this model? This is so much better than the scroll. I do like the Punga one. This has got to be Grebo. But what a superb effect. Is that... Have you... that is really cool. Yes, please paint a whole team like that. That would be absolutely fantastic. I mean, is this UV glow-in-the-dark paint? What? Like, this is just... That is very well done. That is very cool, David. Yeah, we'll have more of that, please. That's absolutely awesome. Oh, this is awesome too. Okay, we got some trees. I think they're Willie's Miniatures trees. We've got the classic enhance deep root in the background. And we've got some pretty awesome little hobbit people, including the hot pot. I love the hot pot. But look at the work on the pitch here. Right, this is Rob. Still waiting to roll some dice in BB 2020. Your videos will hopefully make me more formidable, or at least make me look somewhat competent at best. Hey, with halflings, the gloves are off. Okay, the pressure is on your opponent to win, and that's fantastic. But hopefully our local league will be coming back up and running soon. The halflings display base for the hodgepodge villains is finally complete. Painting over static grass by brush. Has thought that I need to invest in an airbrush, if only for static grass painting. Oh, yeah, I hadn't even considered that. That is fantastic work, especially lining up the bases. Extra points for that one. That is sprinkles on top. There are a few minis which are not made for Blood Bowl. But as ever, I like to see what I can repurpose in the world of Blood Bowl. The miniatures in question are the trio attached, which are old metal minis. Ah, we've got this. Can we see them in the team? Can we see them in the team? So we've got a dude there, who I'm assuming is... What's his face? The dude. That was not very helpful, was it? Who's the halfling star that doesn't exist anymore? He's gone. Lost to the snap. Puggy Bacon Breath. We've got a coach there. We've got this cool miniature on the side. I mean, the halflings are painted really well. You've got Acorn, and then you've got Rumbelow as well, which is wicked. Really cool. Let's bounce to this photo. So sheepskin. What is that? Seriously, what is that? That's someone feeding giant, like, glowing rats. That is phenomenal. Easter Bunny, Nedley Veruca, or when Games Workshop bring it back. Coach with pointy stick, got to encourage the team. Yep, absolutely. And Pygmy Ball Rider, Rumbelow, sheepskin. Fantastic work there. Oh, they're technically gremlins. Okay, that makes sense. Speaking of grub, the tables at the back have a selection of tasty treats. Ready. Here we go. Oh, hay fever's kicking up again. Good stuff. Ready for the pre-match and half-time. All the roast boar were hand-sculpted, if I can call it that, into roast chicken, pasties, pies. No, that is awesome. Chicken looks really good. Wow, the boar looks really good as well. Nice. And some bread. My Monty Python Holy Grail team has turned up, so slowly been getting on with them. I'll get pictures of the whips when a good number are complete. I've also been trying my hand at some more proper sculpting, namely squig-esque beasts. Right. Before we move on, that is superb work painting the grass there. You've got very good level of grass coverage in the first place, which is on its own impressive. All the details. This is just fantastic. Go to any tournament, win the team of the week, and yeah, definitely get it there. Right, here we go. My aim is for a full Blood Bowl team, even if it's just for 7s, and I've got a long way to go on my sculpting journey, but you have to start somewhere. The past couple of days I thought I might try and make the eyes and dual-horned Black Beast of Arg from Holy Grail to be the giant for my team. Nice. But great work with your sculpting thing. Really good work on the face. That looks like something from Mandalorian, which I approve of massively. Good work. I mean, sculpting is remarkably difficult. Digital sculpting is also very difficult. It's just... to take what's in your mind and translate it is very challenging. However, let's just bounce back 2 pictures and just point out that this was in your mind and you made it happen. So when it comes to sculpting, when it comes to anything, I imagine you didn't do this first time. I imagine this has taken years of getting to this level, but you've got an idea, commit to it, and you'll be just fine. And that goes for everybody. But yeah, you can see the sculpting is already getting better and better and better. Great work with the independent teeths. Proud feats. Really great stuff, man. I'm really impressed, Rob. That is absolutely awesome. And I think so RM Creations maybe on the stuffs. Next up we got Janos. Hey, just wanted to drop my full roster for humans. I just finished. The team will have every possible option when it's done. Currently working on cheerleader 7 to 12 as well as some star players. I mean, this is just something else, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at the team. So, oh gosh, where to start? Let's start with the Ogre, as it is. Ogrest. Right, look at the skin tones. The skin tones across this whole thing. We've got what looks like custom decals. You've got the stripes there on the armor. But the skin tones for all of these players are absolutely brilliant. We've got a cheeky little head conversion in the background there. You've gone with the Forge World box as well. This is one of the most detailed teams we've seen on here. More head swaps in the background. I'm assuming those are your journeymen. That's a pretty good way of doing it. Hey, we've got a little nobility head in there as well. Or should I say we've got a nobility face. Oh, that must have taken some work. This is really cool. And that is a very creepy looking halfling there as well. But that's what I mean. The skin tones are just so good. They're so realistic. That is really, really, really cool. And great. Look at them. Got all the different head swaps at the top. But white armor is painted beautifully. You can see the grey shading in the line, in the like crevices. But then look at the stippling. I have a sneaky suspicion that Janos here paints tanks. It just, that level of stippling and damage to the armor does not happen from painting Blood Bowl alone, I'm sure. This is like just absolutely top. Just the damage and the wear and the tear. This is fantastic. This is just awesome work. Like, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, yeah, here we go. We've got... Oh, what have I skipped? How have I got here? It is jelly. I thought it was jelly. Recognise the workbench. Hey, Ben, been working on my Snotlings. Fantastic. They definitely went through their ugly phase once I had their skin done. If you say so, buddy. But after using magnifying glass to paint the details, I think they came out pretty nice. For the team name, I'm thinking along the lines of something big nose flying circus, but having settled on that. Yeah, happy blocking, Jelly. Jelly, always love seeing your work. We've got the trolls in the background there. This is something I like doing with Jelly's pictures. It's just having a sneaky peek in the background. Right. Snotlings. These are awesome. And I know that with them we can flick right the way to the finished stage. The Snotlings paint themselves. They are such good models, but great layering on the green there. Blue and yellow to pop out and work with it. It's a really classic kind of colour scheme. I love that we've gone with a painted base here. What does that mean? Or am I just missing the front? Is it just on the fronts? It might just be on the fronts. Oh, they're the loners. I don't know, but I like the paint scheme. I love the colours. And they've come out beautifully. I love that you've busted out the magnifying glass as well. That is just that's just extra work. Jelly, looking great. I cannot wait to see the pump wagons. And because it's Ogre now, we've got some bits here from Orkster, which is always nice to see. Hey Ben, saw the call out for some ogres, so I thought I'd share my ogre team. Still got a few Noblars left to paint. There's always more Noblars to paint when it comes to ogres. There's always more Snotlings to paint when it comes to Snotlings as well. Here's the team as it stands. The ball is magnetized, so it can be moved from its... Nice. Very good. And using the cork to bury the magnet as well. That is very clever. The ball is magnetized, so it can move from its own base when loose to a player when they're carrying it. Also made some good progress on my Ultramarines Intercessors. Finally a picture of the new hobby office area with dedicated space for painting, airbrushing and 3D printing. Orkster has got it right. Basically the Iron Man of Blood Bowl here. I always used to give Rick that moniker, but I think Orkster's out. Orkster, he can make his own stuff now. Cheers, Orkster. Right, let's have a look at some wonderful ogre stuff. That is a clever way of doing the bases, but look at that. It comes together, an absolute treat. I do like having the ball on its own base in that regard. I think that's actually a very clever way, but look at this. Orkster, awesome with the painting. It's a really good job on the orange, but look at the skin. We've gone for the edge highlights there of the skin flab. All right, and it looks brilliant. Excellent edge highlighting on the green as well. This is a really clean team. Been done really well. Broke my chair apparently. This looks fantastic and a great job mixing up different skin tones in a team as well. Really, really cool. And, you know, gotta love the house elves as well. I do love that basing style. I think that's brilliant. And I really like that one little dude on the back there just to represent the punter. It's great stuff. I love the scheme. That is a proper green. That's a Philadelphia Eagles green. Feeling very NFL-y because it starts next week, I think. Well, it's pre-season, so it doesn't really count. Ooh, we've got some more Ultramarines. All right, Orkster. Loving the cork on the base here. Oh, that looks like your Necromunda. Is that Necromunda in the background? I reckon it is. Anyway, you know, you do a great job with the Ultramarines. We saw your Ultramarine style player. There you go. There you go. Spot the Blood Bowl player here. The other week. Uriel Ventress, I think. But no, again, look at this with the edge highlighting on the green. Really pulling it off. Really great. Oh, look at this. All right, I salute you. That is fantastic. You got the two printers on the left. Can we see this on the stream? We can. Airbrushing here, paint station there, and 3D printing on the right with a curing station as well. Heck of a TV. Man, that is just the manliest of man caves. That is absolutely awesome. Ah, okay, I'm going to have... Orkster, I'm afraid we got some great stuff this week on WIP Wednesday, but I think you might win it with that. Orkster, that's fantastic. Thank you very, very, very much. That's sweet, right? That is very sweet. All right, next up, we've got our resident dwarf, Graham. Hi, Ben. This submission may be a little late for this week, but I only started them yesterday, so I wanted to get more done before posting. We've actually got an update a little bit later on from Graham as well. This is my Black Orc team, the New Grimland Hatriots, which I am a big fan. Punny names are good. All right, so are we going to have a pink scheme here, or is it just like a pastel red? Great work on the green skin there as well for the goblins, making it nice and light, and some really lovely highlighting. Really lovely highlighting. That's some work's gone into that. That does not surprise me. So this is Graham's Blood Bowl 2 team, the New Grimland Hatriots, who've got up to 1970 TV. That is horrible. Absolutely horrible. That is going to be block guard spam everywhere, isn't it? You orcs. If you had tackle, you'd be dwarves. Which is probably why Graham loves them so much, thinking about it, as he is our resident dwarf. Unfortunately, I was removing mould lines and managed to snap 2 fingers off the goblin pictured, so I cut the hand off a Reichland Reaver's thrower and attached it at the wrist. Did I miss this? We did miss this. Let's go back. That is a clever conversion. I didn't even realise. That is brilliant work. That is a very cool little conversion. I am impressed. I've missed that. And it works really well. All right, I think we're probably going to see more of that. Nice work, man. Right, next up we've got Davin. I put together the box star players finally, but minus most of the fiddly bits. There was a real troll, so I made my own posing. The ogre looks like Zug. The ogre looks just like Zug, and Varag can also be used as a substitute troll or BG mercenary. Nice. Also painted some third-party star players and mercs. So let's have a look at these guys here. So we got Griff. Well done for not messing his face up. Oh, building that helmet was fun. And a bit of conversion work on the troll there to get a different pose. I approve. You can now see his face. Who knew, right? Varag is just an absolute beast. We've got a cool base on the go there as well. Big fan of that. And then this is just really interesting. I also painted up some third-party stars and mercs this week. We've got a Cthulhu Demon Big Guy, Brick Farth and Grotty, which will be these guys there. Cyclops Blackhoof Impact Minis over here, which is very cool. And Summer Bloom and Rosebark from Grebo, who make great star players. That's a really cool bunch. Brick Farth and Grotty, I know they've kind of been replaced by Grack and Crumbleberry, but oh man, there was just something so wicked about those 2 players. That's really cool, Davin. Thank you very, very much. Okay, now we've got gents. Hi, I managed some further progress on my dwarf team. So we saw this dwarf team last week. Had horns and ears and ears, not ears. The things that go on birds, feathers, wings. There we go, Ben. It's the word association game with myself. I think I lose. Really, really, really cool. As usual, there are some minis I like better, such as the Blitzer, the blocker next to enjoy a bit of crisper, cleaner paint jobs. Currently still a bit undecided about the direction for bases, but I'll wait till I have the other dwarves finished. Since you wondered about the origin of the wings, horns on the helmets, probably should have just read down the email instead of failing my words. It's mainly some kit bashing with a bit of green stuff here and there. Imperial eagles with a base for some parts of the wings. Parts of a phoenix banner, some optional chest decoration of the Imperial Nobility team was used on the Blitzer, etc. Really, really, really cool. Watching the past 2 WIP Wednesday episodes, I've got to say I really enjoyed some of the bolder colour schemes, maybe a bit more daring on the next team. Cheers, gents. Gents, if you want some inspiration or some help, please, we've got a dangerous group of people in the comments who will happily help you choose some horrid colours to paint your team. But I feel like you'd pull it off just nice. So I think these wings here, I think, yeah, they are from the Nobility team. I don't know about the top ones. The helmet here, the horns boy there looks really, really, really good. But the paint job on all of them is fantastic. I'm not going to gush about the orange beards because that would be a bit stereotypical of me now. They're not bad though, are they? Anyway, beards look great, hair looks great. There's a softness to this painting, which is just remarkable. And look at this. Just fantastic, like really lovely, and a really, really cool dwarf team. So that's what, 2, 3 cool dwarf teams we've looked at today? Dwarves are back. Dwarves are back. Mark my words. So no, wicked work. I mean, a little bit of conversion just adds a ton of character to the team. However, no amount of conversion enhance can pull off the pajama effect. That is just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now, when it comes to doing your bases, gents, honestly, I don't do anything that's going to take too much attention away from the team, because the team is so blooming lovely. Oh, look at the shading on this Blitzer. This is just the most incredible model we've seen in a while. But look at that. Look at the careful painting, the blending. It's just phenomenal. Damn, son. GG's. But what a week. We're having some great stuff this week. Gents, this is absolutely awesome. Really, really, really impressed. Not entirely sure what we've done here. Oh, yes, of course. It's Paladin Demo. Dustin, my contributions for Ogre, the Springfield Sabertusks, my Simpsons-inspired Ogre team, parody the Wildcats Homers, and Bart's Junior League team, had to do a punt attempt and a fight between my favourite Noblars. Alright, let's go through and see what we can get here. So we've got the classic Noblar army, which you've got to have. Oh, wicked. With the bat there to represent the baseball. That is very cool. It's a cool ogre model, actually. On board with that. I love the mass effect of an ogre team. Ogre teams and Snotling teams are basically like a unit for any other game. That's just so good. It just reminds me of the olden times where you have Snotling swarms in Warhammer, or like just a whole bunch of goblins made an army. Great work on the tokens there. Gone with all the colours. Actually looks really, really, really good. I love the detail. I love the effort that especially Dustin here goes into. There you go. They got the puntable guy. And there's the brawl between the two Noblars. Absolutely awesome stuff. Thank you for sharing with Ogrist. Oh man, ogres are so good. Did you see? They did very well in tournaments this season as well, which is pretty cool. Right, got some halflings on the go here, and I love these two big boys. They are Reaper Bones, and if you can pick them up, they're normally pretty cheap. I got both of mine for like £11 with postage for the Chaos Flings team that I ran in 7 Super Series. Eugene, how you doing? Hi Ben, I hope this finds you and the WIP Wednesday team all well. Thanks for the kind words last week. Wanted to share the latest pictures of my halfling team. This time also included the treatment inspired by your Chaoslings. They're so good. And finished the lizardmen balls, and I'm going to come back to that. Anyway, team is looking really, really, really cool. They're just great tree men. Absolutely brilliant. And I love the way you've tied the metal and the colours into the scrap metal look of the team. Really good. But also, I mean, let's not overlook the work that Eugene's done here on the highlight there with the yellow and the orange. There's some edge highlighting there. There's some real pop. Obviously, the jeans, they look like jeans. I don't know if they try to look like jeans, but they look like jeans, which is genius. Not on purpose, that one. Anyway, really cool. I love the scrap metal element to it, Eugene. It's just a really cool team. I mean, look at it. Really cool team, and some really good work on the faces as well. This is a proper team effort here. There's the big chili. Right, here we go. We've got the lizardmen balls and slan and game markers with easy bronze wash, then gold dry brush. It looks awesome. Looks awesome. Another broiler deer, pretty effective, I reckon. Absolutely. It just looks really good. That bronze effect on the scatter template. That is really just... It works brilliantly. That looks really good. Kind of keen to try a painted pocket watch after seeing last week's magic. Yes, that was very cool. That was Oscar, I think. I've basically been using the show to help keep me motivated in painting. So big thanks to everyone for the encouragement, and thanks for your work and effort. Cheers, Eugene. Eugene, thank you very much for sharing and for being involved. Everybody being involved just drags everybody down the endless hole of hobby, and I couldn't be happier. Next up, we've got Adam. Hey Ben, recently I've taken it upon myself to make and paint a display piece for the start of the new NFL season. Oh, I'm having a good day today. I plan to paint up one model for each team. So far, I finished the NFC, but need a break before I start the AFC teams. I think the AFC teams are a bit brighter, aren't they? So I'll paint up some Chaos Dwarves to keep things interesting. Definitely a good palette cleanser there. Any thoughts on how I could display 32 NFL guys would be welcome. What about a paint rack? Okay, you can get those paint racks where it's just like a little riser. So it's like just like an inch riser and then some stuff, and then behind it just like 4 stages. Then you got like this much with all 4 levels of those teams. Really love it. But I mean, look at the work that's gone in here. This is such a clever thing to do. Now, we've seen some NFL teams this week, and why it's clever is, one, we know the paint schemes work, but two, it's because you're painting your version of something that already exists. It's like a painting challenge you're setting yourself. And look at all the work that we've got here. Like, look at all the work Adam's gone to, like the New York Giants. You've got the little stripe there. We've got the Seattle with the bold green, LA with, oh, again, more stripes. The NFL teams have got those stripes, and that's that extra bit of work that really makes it go. I've got to say, extra points for Dallas there. That really pops, man. That looks a really clean job. It looks like a collectible miniature that you get of a player, which I'm really impressed with. Now, Ben and I talked about this, or Rich and I talked about this on the podcast, but if they did like 32mm scale versions of some of the players in the NFL, it would just be absolutely wicked. If I could buy me a little Aaron Rodgers, I'd be so happy. Maybe I need to get on Hero Forge. I don't think they're quite good enough yet. Maybe they are. Maybe I could get my own Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, Chicago, Carolina, really good work. I look forward to seeing the AFC stuff. Arizona, yeah, some really good work on the white. Really good. And, of course, you've got the Packers, so extra points for that one. Detroit's going to be interesting this year. I think they're going to be quite bad. But we'll see. Maybe Goff will come in and save the day. Chicago, let's see if they get their new quarterback on the go. The Vikings are always good. Not quite good enough. But now Rodgers is back. Number 12. Yes. So good. So good. Yeah, that Dallas one. Now, Washington, really well done. New York, really well done. But this Dallas player it gleams. Like, it gleams. And that's a very NFL and a very Dallas Cowboys thing. Really, really, really cool. Panthers is a tough one as well. Panthers is tough. Gotta love the Bucks. The Atlanta Falcons with the black armor actually looks really cool. I don't remember them looking that cool in the season. You got the Cards. Seattle with that bold green. I mean, I love it. The Rams Blitzer looks absolutely tip-top. 49ers doing catchy throwing things makes a lot of sense. They are as close to an elf team as I think I can see. Anyway, amazing work there. Next up, we've got something kind of special here. We've got Tink. Hey Ben, first time WIP Wednesday here. I'm Tink from the Netherlands, and before you ask, yes, I do know Jelly. I'm his little sibling. So we've got Jelly's little sibling here, Tink, which is wicked. I'm working, and this is obviously why it's extra wicked. I've been working on my Skaven team. I'm just such a happy Ben today. This is so good. They are so much fun to paint. They are. Going for a gradient of dark to bright green for the shoulder pads, and it is looking pretty good. Burgundy for the robes, and there's loads of metallics elsewhere. Okay, great fade from dark green into light green. Really love that. Played a few games with them. Unpainted against Jelly's Nurgle and Black Orcs. The Nurgles killed them. Interesting. But Nuff will bless my Gutter Runners dice against the Black Orcs. Yeah, if you can roll well, Gutter Runners are unstoppable. Now, before we go to the next one, here we go. No, we'll do this first. It's a dead model. The model, it does not exist anymore. It's very sad. And for fun, I've been slapping some paint on my Windsor Chog troll for my Goblin team. Really love this guy and happy I was able to get it right before the shop closed. Windsor Chog, just top sculpts. And there's rumours that Windsor Chog, who got basically hired by Games Workshop, has done some work on the new Corn Star player, because he's got, look at just similarities to the knuckles, the movement. Just looks about right, and that makes me very happy. Can't wait to finish these players and see them on the pitch. Tink, excellent work. Thank you so much for sharing. Do love a good Skaven team, and I love the edge. Right, great work on the fade up, but also on the edge highlighting. It's really crisp. Look at that. Boom. Right there in the middle. Really, really, really cool. Really cool stuff. Next up, we've got Alex. Hi, Alex here. I've been watching your YouTube channel video recently, and WIP Wednesday has really inspired me. Just got back into miniatures. Haven't painted anything since the 90s. Hope I didn't F it up. Currently working on Imperial Nobility, Black Orcs, and Skaven teams. That's a good spread of different teams. You've got some clean, you've got some dirty. I like that. Just got the undercoats done now. I'm working on some bases for my Skaven team using green stuff to create a Warpstone crack pitch effect. Going to use Tesseract Glow instead of Warpstone Glow, as I think it will pop more. Yeah, Tesseract is pretty sweet. I'll send you another email when they're complete. Thank you for your videos. As I said, they've really inspired me, and I can't wait to play a game when they are finished. Kind regards, Alex. Right. So I love this photo alone. Like, it's just cool. It's just like Blood Bowl Noir, which I do enjoy. And this is where most of my models get to. Right, they just get based, they get browned, and then I move on to the next thing. But seeing all these models on the go, the start of their transition is wicked. And we got some WIP Wednesday on the TV, which is sweet as well. Whoa, wow, okay, you're going all out, Alex. They are going to be some very cool bases. Actually, there's some great little crack and sculpt work there. This is going to look really good. Nice. Absolutely nice. Like, this is going to be, with Tesseract glowing down the middle of that, they are going to really pop. You're going to go for like a dark stone, because you could get a really cool, like, you could even do some OSL as well. And good work roughing up the top as well to make it get a good texture. Here we go. Yeah, dark stone. With the bright green base edges. That is very cool. The team is going to, as you said, pop. So that's Tesseract glow inside grey. Wicked. And then look at that. Yeah, team looks fantastic on those bases. This is so good. This is so good. Alex, that is really, really, really good. I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. We've got something else from Aquilino here. Hello, I painted up some supporting staff for my Conquistador team, did the apothecary right. We've got a Spanish Inquisitor priest and a wizard. I also decided that I needed the power of Grey Skull to help me out with my dice rolling. Check out my dice tower, and He-Man ready to call down the power of Nuffle to smite my opponents, which is pretty sweet. So I'm assuming this is the wizard. It's the Inquisitor, and there's He-Man. Man, that is just a bad haircut, isn't it? And I love it. I love it so much. This is RNE Studios miniature. Very, very cool. Lovely paint job. Like, excellent work. I mean, you can tell that's He-Man. But this is just phenomenal. Like, can you just imagine you go into a tournament and someone just plops down this Castle Grayskull dice roll tower. Dice tower. I think it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's good work. That's going to have taken some effort and some time to have printed, but it has come out brilliantly. Aquilino, that is fun. That is really good. I think I might have skipped something. Here we go. We've got Carl now. Hello. Please find attached some pictures of my human team, the Lothric Lancers, or Lothric Lancers. I've only recently gotten into Blood Bowl after branching out from 40k Kill Team. Really loving the game so far, and your podcast has been super helpful. Thank you for your work you put into the channel. Kind regards, Carl. Kind regards, Carl. Kind regards straight back at you for sharing this team. Look at this. What a beautiful scheme. So you can already see you've got that. I mean, it's such an effective way, but you've got that clean element of damage, which is a really weird thing to say. But if we look at, so right above my head, you can see here. So you've got the damage on the plate, but what it is it's got that two-stage highlighting of the yellow, and then the damage itself is also edged highlighted. So same of the blue on the armor pads. So up there are the ogre as well. It's a really lovely, it's almost comic book style. I mean, it's not, but it's got that kind of boldness to it, and I think it's fantastic. Yeah, we've got a bit of blood on the go as well. Putting the blood in Blood Bowl there. Nice, with the Lothric Lancers. But it's a great scheme. It really pops, and I don't know, there's some really lovely shading in here as well. This is a really nice team. I mean, you've got to love all the blood spatters, and interesting. It's interesting. That almost does, with the blood spatter there, look like the Watchman symbol from the Comedian. I like this. This is really well executed, and again, you can see we've got some more good edge highlighting there, which really just, it's a really high level of finish. I think it's brilliant. We've got the Forge World models as well, which is cool. It's always nice to bling up the team. Ow. I would have really liked to pick up the Orc team while I was kicking around on Forge World, but I did not. But never mind. Hopefully they'll do something like that again. I imagine they won't now, but, you know, it's very cool. The booster packs, although completely inefficient from a purchasing point of view, they do give you something special for your team. And, I mean, this has been really well executed. I just love it. And you got to love the fact you get halflings on a human team now as well. Again, brilliant work. Ooh, got some more on the go. Dude, this is absolutely fantastic. Carl, like, just keep up the work, because this team looks fantastic. And it is Oscar. So we've got a Chaos Halfling team on the go here. Right, hey Ben, it's me again. First of all, huge thanks to all the people out there sending these pictures of their work and sharing the hobby. I love WIP Wednesday. I always feel inspired and want to paint after watching an episode. Keep up the good work, everyone. I am exactly the same as you, Oscar. Thank you so much for everyone for sharing. I do love it. I have 2 more halflings to show this time, then I'm going to stop spamming you guys with them. No, cut it out, Oscar. Unless you're going to move on to something even cooler, which would be a challenge. So I made one up as a potential mercenary. Oh, with a claw. And I've almost... a mercenary halfling with claw. Brilliant. And I wanted to show how I magnetized them, which maybe wasn't clear last time. That was mostly me misunderstanding. In there is also a picture of the trees, Chaos Spawn. They are from the Bisterium miniatures and are called Sanctified ones. You can find them on Mini Factory. Wicked. Thanks again, everyone, and thank you, Ben, for the amazing job you do. You all do some good work for the hobby here. So, this is the claw. The claw, which is wicked. But also, I believe, we can see the work that Oscar's put into magnetizing the hands so they can swap over from the glove to a claw to a chainsaw. Yeah. Foreshadowing. But no, that is a brilliant way to do it. Oh yeah, and using the masking tape there to cover up the holes on the pitch. That's very clever as well. But I mean, let's not take away from the great work that's gone into painting this. Look at the stripes. The stripes and the skin tone here. Just Oscar doing some really lovely clean paint job as well. But these boys are gribbly much. So this is the trees that Oscar's going to be using for his Chaos team, or the Chaos Spawn for the Chaos Halfling team from Fumble, which is a very fun team. Throw teammate on some wild animal creatures is a bad idea. It's good fun. I took them to Manable. But no, absolutely wicked, really gribbly. Looking forward to seeing Oscar paint them up. Oscar, thank you for showing the magnet work. That's very, very, very good. Next up, we've got Andrew. Hey, Ben. Just a couple of things to share this week. My league is going pretty good. We are 4 out of 7 weeks in, and currently my Underworld is 3-0-1. I'm tied for first in the league. Underworld, represent. Got my fingers crossed for the rest of the league, but I should be making it into the playoffs. Fantastic. Anyway, I took things slow the last couple of weeks. Finished my Minotaur to fill out my Americorn Gladiators Chaos team for 7s. I also have my Undead team for my Blitzball sets. Wanted to give them a radioactive look. Call them the Fallout Boys. Anyway, thanks for all the great Blood Bowl content, Andrew. Andrew, thank you for the great Blood Bowl painting. That is a wicked paint job on the Minotaur. Again, really bold. Like, the blue skin is very clever, and you've gone to all the work of painting like the fur lines there, which is very cool and will massively pop on the table. Like, you'll walk past that and you'll be like, that actually looks like a big blue hairy beast. But no, we've seen some of this team before. It's an awesome way to finish it off, and I just love that the guy's called Babe. Americorn Gladiators. That's a great 7s build, and it's a great 7s team. I mean, if you guys watch 7 Super Series, you'll know that this roster is mighty. Like, I know that 4 Chaos Warriors might be technically better, but you're only saying that because you've never blitzed with a Minotaur in 7s. Hey, it's the Fallout Boys. That is proper good work with the glow. Actually, really good work with the radioactive glow. That is perfect. I can't imagine there's anything missing from that. Yeah, it contrasts really well against the brown of the stuff and the metal of the armor. Ah, very cool. Man, I love the idea of just getting a team and painting it with a theme. And we've got some kind of purple to tie it in as well. Purple and green work really, really well. That is very cool. You absolutely nailed it with the radioactive bits. And on the mummy, where there's not as much of an opportunity, you can see that it come through in the face mask and just the gaps in the mummy's wrappings, which is really cool. That is going to be a very good looking team and seriously going to pop on the tabletop. Israel, hey Ben, I think you might like the new team I'm working on. It's the Pirates from Punga. This is a team I'm painting up for myself. Been waiting to play Skaven for a while. Welcome to the party. A painting competition is going on for Blood Bowl on the painting group, and a friend gifted them to me, so it was meant to be. Hope to see all the wonderful stuff everyone's working on. Cheers from TJ, Mexico. Dude, this is awesome. Alright, good work on the base there. Let's hit the base before we move on up. So they are great models. They've got a ton of character. I like the paint scheme. I mean, you've made some work there. Orange, magenta and grey mixed in with the natural colours of the Skaven. It looks really good. Oh, excellent work highlighting the cloak as well. And delineating the stripes. Ooh, Israel, you've done good work here. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to seeing the team. And I think we can see one of the throwers in the background, I think, which is very cool. So looking forward to keeping an eye on that. So this is Graham's Black Orc team. And I think we are here now. Hey, Ben. This is my follow-up to last week's submission. This is up to Sunday night, as I left my holiday Monday morning, leaving my paints at home on purpose. Graham's having a week off from light. So we have a follow-up on the new Grimland Hatriots. And you've done a ton of work in a week, Graham. Again, we looked at the good skin there on the goblins, but actually just painting those block colours out. And great work on the little totems. So really good job. I mean, blue, red, white. It's a very bold scheme, and with a team like the Black Orcs, this is going to seriously shine on the tabletop. But this was really cool. And the start of my Warcry Defiled Ruins set. Love the statue of Sigmar. Not keen on the recommendation I found on scenery painting regarding use acrylic paints, excuse me, as they seem very thick, sticky, and take ages to dry, so I may strip the red pieces back and swallow the cost of using Citadel paints for it all. I mean, get a couple of spray paints cans. You'll be fine. You can just blend them in. It's what we did with all our Necromunda scenery. Anyway, you are better at painting than I am, so I'm not going to bother with that. But this is very cool. So love to see a bit of terrain on the go. Cannot wait to get dungeon stuff in for Blood Bowl. They're going to do it at some point. But that statue is an absolute beast. Really clean silver work on that. You've got those cool treasure chests, which are just gagging for Dungeon Bowl. And so this is the red acrylic stuff. I mean, I like the effect. I like the grate too. I do like the effect, but yeah, if it ends up tacky and it's not great at all. Anyway, guys, that's everything we've got for this week. I'm really sorry if I've missed something off. We had a ton of things to go through, so if I have missed anything, message me or I'll tag it onto next week's show. But superb effort. Thank you all so much for sharing. It is just awesome to see everything everyone's working on. I love it. And it just it gets me dangerously inspired every single week. And then I tend to go and buy things, which is, you know, these things happen, especially because my printer's knackered, so I actually have to buy models. But what can you do, hey? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Happy painting. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show even further, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Or come and join us in our Patreon, link below, where you get early access to our content and monthly competitions. See you later.